from Creative the Otter Way. I'm an independent demonstrator for Stampin' Up! In the UK. Thank you for joining me. I really appreciate you giving up some of your craft time to come and watch me. So today's craft along make is this beautiful little thing here. So it is a card. What did I call it in the end? A pocket booklet card, because inside it's got some pockets that you can put things in, but it sort of looks like a book. So there's quite a few different variations of this around. Some have got like a concertina accordion bit across the bottom. There's ones that are separate, so you've got a front and a back and then a big gap in between. I like mine to fold down flat. I like things to go into an envelope nicely. I get a bit stressed about having to make another envelope or a box, and then how am I going to post it? And so I like to do things that will fold down flat and fit really nicely into an envelope. So that's what this is. So I've tweaked it a little bit. It's really simple. I know it looks a bit tricky, but it really isn't. You've got a pocket here that I've put a gift tag in. I will use that to put my personal message on, either the front or the back. Maybe jazz the tag up a little bit more. I'm not too sure. The other side is perfect for a gift card, so or some money or a little voucher, anything like that. So it's a really good versatile make for any time of year. I'm already thinking that maybe I need to get my unused Christmas paper out and make a load for Christmas, because I think it would be a really nice Christmassy make as well. So I have put ribbon on mine, and I've put the ribbon all the way round because it sort of pops open. It doesn't want to stay shut. I think that's because of the thickness of the card that I've used. So I'm going to tie mine shut before I post it. But you don't need to put the ribbon on. It's quite nice when you open a card and then it pops open and you know exactly what you're meant to do with it. I think sometimes with some of the fun folds we get a bit carried away, and then when you gift it to somebody they don't actually know how to put it together. So this is like one of those perfect makes that does itself. Okay, I have decorated the back as well as the front, just because I think if I'm putting that much effort in and it's standing on the side, I want it to look good whatever side you are. To make it super easy as well, I have used some of the Femoria. I knew I would get that wrong. I have no idea how to spell it. Even googled how to pronounce it, should I say, rather than spell it. So it's these stickers packs. Well, they're not stickers because they don't have sticky bits on the back. Stampin' Up! Have got a range of 4 different packs of these. There's some that are just like your labels that you can stamp on or add things to. You get 4 different sheets, but you get 2 of each sheet. Mine are all over the show at the minute because I've been playing with them all morning. I like to store them in a DVD case. I think I saw Sarah, our Stampin' Up! CEO, doing the same thing. So great minds, eh? So you've got some labels. Oh, there's some come off of those. You've got some floral ones. There's some really nice ones there, and they just pop out. They're not sticky, so they're not going to stick to each other. They just pop out. If I find one that I've already pulled out, there, you'll see what I mean. So you see, it's just like that on the background, and it's like that. You can still colour them as well. There's some that are black and white to colour. Equally, you could add a bit of detail just on the top with your blends or with your Stampin' Up! Markers. There's some nice different florals. There's some sentiments, different sentiments there. Try and whiz through them so we can get on with the make. That one's got loads that have come off. So for scrapbooking, for card making, if you've got grandchildren, you just want an easy make with them, perfect for that. And again, some of them you could just colour as well. What I've done in the past when we've had similar things is fussy cut round the outline, so whatever bit's left, let me find the one I used. I'm not going to find it very quickly, am I? No. So shall I take one out? So say, oh, this might be, congrats, it'd be a good one. So if that was removed, so So if I use that on my card, just being very careful how I pull that off, like that. So that's being used, and I'm left behind with this congrats. What I've done before is actually fussy cut round so it frames the congrats, and then use that as a sentiment as well. It is fiddly though, honestly. You need to do that when you're wide awake and you're not thinking of 100 different things at the same time. So they are in the catalogue. If you've got a new catalogue, one of these lovely things, still, even my husband the other day said, why have we got a camping brochure? Just can't get my head around it. It makes me want to go camping, I have to say. They are on page 19, and they've got them all across the middle of the section there. They're only £7.50 each, so they're one of those stash things that you have when you haven't got time and you need something quickly. Just grab those. They also do packs of cards that coordinate with them, and a really lovely stamp set. But we're not going to use those today. We're just going to use the whatever they're called, ephemera. I don't know. What is it? EMP? No, not even EM. Let me tell you what it's called. EP. Hemora. I'm just going to call it Hemora. Is that okay with you all? Okay, so they're in the catalogue. So back to the make today. Look, I've got them everywhere now because they're all loose. So I've used this one here. I'll show you when we do it. A hello, and I've used one of the frames on the back. Now what I've done is sort of layered it. So I've stuck some of it on with glue and then lifted some of it with some dimensionals. It's really hard for you to see, but that bit has got dimensionals and these bits are glued. This leaf here was actually coming off at an angle here, and I just trimmed it and then I've retucked it behind. So that's what I've used for the front. The inside I've just simply done one of the squares, a little rose, and you make life so rosy. And then this side I've not actually done anything, although I did have some bits and pieces. Again, they've sort of wandered off. Let me have a look quickly. Labels. So some of these, but I had it going that way. And also I think these two panels here, you could decorate these as well. So you could really sort of jazz this up or down as much as you want. And you could make it for anybody. It's just one of those perfect all singing, all dancing makes. Okay, enough waffle. Oh, I'm so sorry. Right, if you want to get in touch, you can find me there. So you can screenshot that, or just send me a message in the comments. You can email me at createtheottaway@gmail.com. Find me on Instagram, find me on Facebook. I'm all over the show. Pocket booklet card. What do we need today? We need 2 pieces of card, one for the outside, one for the inside. Okay, so I'll leave that there while you screenshot there. I am going to use white just because it gives me a really nice base. And then the paper that I'm going to use, let me grab that. So it's from the Unbounded Beauty range. Okay, I think you should have that by now. Oh, look at that, as if on cue, Rosie comes to chat. Rosie, I'm just doing the video. Could you please wait? The Unbounded Beauty paper is all about the in colours. So I have used quite a lot of it, so I've not really got that much to show you. It's beautiful greens, vibrant pinks, a little bit of orange, all sorts going on. I'm going to use some paper in the new one. This one was done with a lot of pinks. Rosie, hang on. And the one I'm going to do next is going to be done with a lot of greens. So, should I show you the new in colours? Oh no, let's just craft. Okay, so I've got my paper trimmer. Okay, just make sure you can see me in shot. And I've got my first piece of card that needs to be 9 1/4 inches by 5 7/8. Now I can't remember if I actually had already cut this to size, so we'll check. If you want that in centimetres, it needs to be 23.5 centimetres. That's going to annoy me because my paper is moving. I need to stick it down. Hang on a minute. let me stick that down and also let Rosie out. Come in, Rose. There you go. Have a nice day. Next will be Amber, you watch. They're so big now, those girls. Feels like we only just got them and now they're just off doing their own thing, leaving the nest, only come home for food, just like children. Okay, 9 1/4 or 23 1/2. So let's just open this arm. Just going to check 23 1/2. No, I didn't cut it. That was me thinking I was all ready and set and prepared. So 23 1/2, let's cut that. Okay, so we've got a little bit left over. We're not going to need that today, so just put that to one side. And it needs to be 5 7/8. Now, I'm in the UK, so if you're anywhere else in the world, I know we've got a lot of new subscribers, especially from Australia and Canada. You might need to adjust your sizes a little bit, but that's okay. This is a really simple card to adjust. If you just do your base card to start with, and then the rest will all come together. So I'll repeat it one more time. Mine is 23 1/2 centimetres by 14.9 centimetres. Did I check that? Yay! So that's my first bit. Okay, so this is the outside of my card. So this bit here, and it's got this little fold in it as well. So we are going to score it on the long side. So however you do that, you're going to score at 10 1/2 centimetres. There's a bit of fluff on my board. 10 1/2, which is 4 1/8, and you're scoring, so get rid of that cutting blade because otherwise you'll be well stressed like I get. Okay, then the next one is 4 5/8 inches or 11.7. So 4 5/8. Does that look right, Claire? Yeah, it is. 4 5/8. 11.7 centimetres, and the last one is 5 1/8. 5 1/8, and that is 13 centimetres. Okay. Oh, I can see it. I thought for a minute I couldn't see it. So what you end up with is 2 rectangles through the middle, and you're going to fold them, and it doesn't matter which way round you fold them. Some people say fold to the valley, some people say fold to the mountain. Do whatever suits you. Crafting should be stress-free. Okay, so you're going to end up with a piece that is like that. Okay, and you just want to make sure before you go any further that when it's folded flat, it's the same size both sides. Okay, so you've got your little bit there, but it's the same size, and that's the outside of your card done. You can just decorate that. You need a panel for the front and the back, and a panel for the insides. You don't decorate this bit. Before you stick your panel on, you put your ribbon round. So I'm going to put that to one side, and we'll do that in a moment together. Now the next bit for the inside looks like it's really long because it's got that extra fold in it. It's got this bit here. So let's get that trimmer back again. And this time it needs to be 9 9/16. Now, if you're like me and you think, what, 9/16? Just do it in centimetres. So it will be 24.3 centimetres. So 24, and then 1, 2, 3 centimetres. Okay, and this time you are cutting. Again, you've got a little bit left off. You can actually use that for your tag for the inside. Okay, so 24.3 centimetres, and this time the shorter end is 5 1/8 or 13 centimetres. Oh, I've already done that. Oh, I did do some of it. Okay, So you're left with that really long rectangle like that. I'm trying to make sure you can see. So we're going to again do some score lines in the middle first. So the first score line is 3 1/4 inches from either end. I'll explain that as we go. Or 8.2 centimetres. So 3 1/4. Oh, 3 1/4, and you're scoring. Okay, so that's one side, and then I'll flip it round and do it the other side. 3 1/4. Now I know this seems a bit weird, but it was just easier for me to do it this way. Do these two measurements at first. 3 1/4 both sides. Now it doesn't matter which way your card is now, and then you're going to do one score line at 4 3/4. So 4 3/4, which should be in the middle of those two lines. Okay, so you end up with a big rectangle, a narrow rectangle there and there in the middle, and then a big rectangle. And that's that for a minute. So let's make that into our card. So again, we're doing it into that W shape or an M shape, whichever you want to be. And that's going to be the inside of your card. Now on the pockets, you need to do a diagonal from here to here. So the easiest way to do that is mark it here and then cut it to this first line here. So have I got a pencil? Probably not. That's a bit annoying. I have. So we're going to go from a point here and cut it to there, so diagonally there. So I'm going to use my paper trimmer to do that because that's probably the easiest thing. And that needs to be at either 2 inches or 5 centimetres. So I'm going to put this in at 2 inches, and then where my cutting line is there, I'm just going to put a little mark there. I'm doing it in pencil so I can rub it out. Okay, now while that's on my trimmer, I'm going to go slide it down to the bottom and do it at 2 inches the same, just on there. So I've now got a mark on there and a mark on there, and then I'm going to cut it. So I line it up with my pencil mark here to the first score line here on my trimmer, just in the cutting line, just like that. Just take your time doing this bit because you don't want to make it wrong. And then I cut off that triangle bit, okay? So that's my corner that I've cut off. Now I'm going to repeat it on the other side. Make sure that your line goes opposite. So this time I've got my pencil mark here at the bottom, okay, just there, and I'm bringing my card round to the first score line there, and then I'm cutting that triangle off. Okay, let me bring that back out. So I've got my shaped bit here, you've got one triangle off there and one triangle off there. Ta-da! We're nearly there. That's it, we just get to decorate it now. So that will come inside and be in there, and that effectively is our card done. It's all about the decoration. So shall we do a bit of quick decoration together? I have cut mine already, just to save you time of listening to me waffling on, but I know that a lot of you like to see how it's made. So we're going to concentrate on this bit first, which is the outside bit. The front of my card, so I'm going to turn it over because this folded bit is on the inside, is going to have my ribbon across. Now these are the colours that I'm using. So I'm using greens there, and then on the inside I've got there. I am going to use this colour ribbon. Actually, I don't know if I am because that's quite dark. Shall I use that colour? Unfortunately, I didn't order the green. I think the pinks, oh, I don't know. I think I'm going to go with a lighter pink again. Okay, so I'm going to run this across the back, and I'm going to leave enough trim that's either side just for me to tie. So it's probably the length of my grid paper, which is about, well, it is 16 inches. So I'm just going to trim that off there. So I've got 16 inches of ribbon. Oh, what is that in centimetres? 40 centimetres. Okay, now to get my ribbon to stick without too much effort, I'm going to use some double-sided tape. Okay, and I'm just going to cut a piece off because it's going to be covered by my card. I'm guessing where the central line is. There. Pull that off. Just like that. And get another bit for the other side. Just about there. Oh. Little tip is if you rub down on a corner and then pull it up. Okay, so that, actually let's fold it in half so make sure I get it right. That's the middle. I'm not pulling it tight because I want there to be a bit of give. Okay, so that, if I now shut that, I just want to make sure it's in the right place. Ta-da! Okay, back to my card. So the first layer of card, remember this is the outside, so I still want it to look fancy, is this size. Now, I've done it 1/8 of an inch smaller than the actual card. So this is 4 inches by 5 3/4, and then the designer series paper on top is 3 7/8 by 5 5/8. So I'm going to stick that onto there. If you put your glue on while your paper is flat, you use less glue. I decided today I would just open a new glue and not try and ask the craft fairies to help me with the glue. just open a new one, Claire, it's fine. Okay, so that one goes there. I'm just going to stick this one on at the same time so I can be a bit more speedier. So what are you thinking of the new catalogue? I've heard all sorts of different reviews. It's quite different this time. If you've been around with Stampin' Up! A little while, it is very different. It's more like a magazine. It sort of gives you different areas like simple crafting. I don't think they call it that. I should have looked up the wording. Mix and match, whether you want to do it your own way, things like that. And I actually think it's got a quite nice flick through book. I always think the catalogue is about ideas and inspiration, but even more so at the minute because there's so much to look at. But if you're a serious shopper and you're just looking for pages of paper and the dies and everything, it's a little bit more trickier. Now what I'm looking for is I'm seeing if this paper has an any way up. That one's going down, that one's going that. I think it is any way up. I don't think it's going to matter. So I'm going to put this on now with this. And because I'm doing the outside of the card first, I can really press it down in place. I'm not trying to fight with whatever's going on in the inside. So that one is going to go on this side. I am just going to put a little bit of glue on top of my ribbon to help that stick in place to the card. And I'm just looking at my card and trying to make sure that there is a border of white all the way round so it's not stuck in the wrong place. That pink really pops against the green, doesn't it? Okay, now this one, I'm going to do the same, but I need to put it flat to get the glue on. Yeah, so I actually do really like the new catalogue. There's lots more online as well, that's the other thing. Like, there's not everything in the catalogue, so it's worth popping online and just seeing what other goodies are there. I've done that before where I've missed stuff. Oh, I'm so sorry that my breath just caught in my throat. I couldn't catch my breath. Okay, that's the back. Crafter dies on camera from coughing. Oh my God. Okay. God, that would definitely make the news. There you go, that's the outside. Oh dear. Okay, for the inside, I'm just putting straight designer series paper because it doesn't need a layer of card. I think it's talking, it's making me cough. I have got a cold and I've been fine all day. I thought I'm going to be fine doing the video, and then of course I'm talking and it's making me cough. There you go. Shall I do quiet craft video? Okay, there's that front or back, whichever one it is. And this is the other side, and then that'll be the inside done. Okay, I'm already loving that green. Okay, so that's that. Now, there's a little trick with the inside, but I think what we're going to do first is decorate this bit. So, I've got two panels here that I've already decided are going to be the same as the front, just so that it ties it in. Now, these are 1 3/8 by 5. So they are just going to get glued straight on. They're quite easy because they're just rectangles or pillars or columns, whatever you choose to call them. Okay, so that one's going there. And again, because this paper is anyway up paper, it really doesn't matter. And then here's the other side. I think this would be a really nice wedding card as well, because you could give your gift in the card, just with a gift voucher or something. Really nice. And put a really lovely personal message inside that not everyone can see, only if they pull out the tag. There you go, that's that bit. Now these bits, how do you do that diagonal? Okay, so I've already cut one big long strip. I know that this is 3 1/4 inches, so I've gone down 1/8 and I have cut it at 3 1/8. So the whole strip is 3 1/8. So now what I need to do is work out the diagonal. So I know that my diagonal was at 5, I marked it here at 2 inches, okay? So I'm going to mark my paper, was it 2 inches that I did? It was, wasn't it? Why am I doubting myself? 2 inches, so I'm going to mark my paper at 1 7/8, okay? So I've got it at 1 7/8 and I am doing a little line right on that little leaf there. Hopefully you can see that. Now the other side is 5 1/8, so I'm going to mark it at 5. So there's 5, and I'm going to do a little mark on the running line there. Now what I need to do is join up that mark to that mark, okay? So you can either do that with a ruler so you can know what you're doing, or I'm going to do it by eye because I've done it quite a few times. So I've got my 1 7/8 here on my cutting line, and then I'm moving it around so I've got it on the 5 there, okay? So, and then it was on the cutting line, but I'm going to move it over just so it's on the edge of this. So this is your cutting line and there's a groove, and that's usually where we get it to. But I'm moving mine over so it's just on this line here on the outside of the dark grey. So I line it up again, like so. Check again, check, double check, triple check, quadruple check, and then when I think, okay, I'm brave, I cut it. Okay, and you end up with that. Now let's see how good we were. Ta-da! So there you go, that's one side. So now what I need to do is be really careful because I need it to be the opposite, okay? So I'm going to find the 2 inch or 1 7/8 inch on this side, which means I need to turn my paper over. So don't worry, I'll go through this again in a minute. So 1 7/8, and then it was 5, and I'm marking it here, and then I cut. So let me show you that again. So we've already done one side, we've done that side. Not easy, but we did it. Now this side, I need the diagonal to be that way. So this side needs to be the piece that is marked at 1 7/8. So in order to do that on my paper trimmer, just move that out of the way, I'm flipping it over and doing it on the other side. So I've marked it at 1 7/8 there, okay, just there in the cutting groove. And then I slide it along to 5, and then I do a mark there. So now I'm going to cut from there diagonally to there, but I line it up with the running groove. Okay, so it's lined up there, it's lined up in there, and then I slide it over ever such a fraction, like that. Oh, it moved, I felt it move. Let's go for it. And then I cut, and then I say a little prayer, and I hold it up, and I go, woo, it did it. Okay, and I can stick it down. So let's stick that down before anything else crazy happens, like a coughing fit or a cat wanting to go out. Okay, that's going to go on there, and then that just covers that pocket lovely. Just like that. And then this one goes on this side and covers this pocket, and then we get to glue it onto the base card. Okay, so that one will go on there, just like that, just like so. Now I can see that pencil mark there, so I'm just going to rub that off and make sure it's not on my other side. Okay, so now bring your card back together. That's the outside, this is the inside. Okay, and this is going to come on there. How are you going to get that on? Right, here's the trick. So fold it over like that, so it's all together. Okay, now fold this over so the card is in half. So you've got this piece that opens out like that, that's folded over, and you're going to glue this up to that edge, okay, just like that. But you want it to be a pocket, so what I'm going to do is put glue on 3 sides, so not on the diagonal, we're not going anywhere near there. I'm going to put a line of glue here, a line of glue along the bottom, not too much because you don't want too much glue because it will stop your pocket being a pocket. Okay, like that. So nothing on your diagonal, so using the diagonal as your holding place. Bring that down, put your inside bit up to it, doesn't have to be right pushed up to it, and just have a little look and make sure there's a bit of a frame around the whole thing, and then just hold it in place for a few seconds. If you've used Tombow glue like me, Tombow glue sticks really quickly, so I won't need to hold it very much. If you're using double-sided tape, the same, it will fit. Now while that's there, I'm then going to put a line of glue down this side, which again is why I used a new thing of glue, otherwise I'd be squeezing it and it would all come running out and I'd get, be like, oh no. Okay, so no glue on the other bit, that bit is coming down, bring that over and just check that your card is in the right place, and then just hold it on there and just sing a little song or something. Think about the weather, think about what you're having for dinner tonight, think about your next purchase from Stampin' Up, Think about how you say that word. What is it? Ephemeria? Something like that. Okay, I think we're ready. Should we have a ta-da moment? Okay. Ta-da! Look at that. Perfect. It's stuck in place. Just like that. Love it. Okay, so that's that one and that's that one. Now, the pocket, that can just slide in. So that's really simple. And then the gift card, I've just used a business card here to show you. That will just slot in there. And then all you need to do is get your packs and decide how you are going to decorate the front. Now, I don't think I'm going to do it the same on this one. Let me weigh that down a minute so you can see. Let's have a look. How do we do it for 2 minutes? Let's have a look. I won't stick them, but I'll try some out. So it's very green. Do I go completely contrast with a pink or do I do a green? Don't know. The green. Oh, that green is quite nice. Oh, that tag's really nice. Look at that. Maybe that. That's quite a nice tag. And then I need a little bit of flower going on or a little sentiment. All my love and thanks to you. That's the wrong green, isn't it? You're awesome. What a milestone. Oh, there's a lot going on in here. What a milestone. I'm not sure that I would use that, but let's put that on there. What a milestone, because it's the same. I'll probably raise it up with some dimensionals. And then on the inside, you've got lots of these little things that you could use. Again, just have a little play. That one looks interesting, because look, it looks a bit like a paper clip. So you could put something in there that actually will go on there as well. So there's all sorts of fun things you can do with those. So have a play and share your make with me and just share some crafting joy. So, ta-da! We've got 2 pocket booklet cards. I will finish that off and share it with you, but that's it. Thanks for watching. If you like what you've seen and I haven't waffled too much or coughed too much or talked to the cats too much, then come back and see me again soon. I try and post a video every Friday. I look forward to crafting with you. Thanks for watching. Bye.